Nokahitulo mata angayokati nokahitulo mata tema
They never stayed in one spot for a long time. They would always travel back and forth, either go here for seal during the spring, over here caribou, maybe over here for the summer, maybe for the caribou.
Right. Follow the different foods.
Yeah.
Different animals.
Just like the seasons change all the time.
Like the seasons change, so do the hunting, and so do
Yeah,
the areas
they do, yes.
where they're living.
Yeah. During the winter months, there might be good hunting, good caribou hunting over here. During the spring months, there might be some good fishing over here.
Yep.
During the summer months, there could be some good seal hunting over here.
So they would just move when she was young.
They would follow where the game is at.
Where the game is.
That's
exactly.
in order to survive. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that was in the time when they were living more in igloos because they weren't permanent.
No.
Right? But when did that change? Like when you had your family, were you living in a house? Or still, Louisa was born in an igloo, right? So.
No, takpani haninga jo ilaru hiani takpani lo himata. Juligar jung me kasuta. Tigor siga inu ne matimi hora ko ata hilik ko kamanit jalia sakpugut. Kamanit jar me ukiahi luta. Itlokak nakiti luta pang haninga jo maudlo lo kapta. Luta ko lunga huli. Takpani inna ukhalorama. Haninga yuna tawaktu.
When she lost her mother, they were in Chesterfield. As fall was coming, they went over to Baker Lake, and from Baker Lake they went on a single-engine plane, and they brought them back up to Gary Lake area.
Wow, on a small plane.
Single on the plane.
Wow.
It was her very first time to go into a plane when they were getting brought back up to Gary Lake when she was still just a child.
Kamanit jar makasuta apangano naliaro jawab tanutaka lungahuli tapani no nakaulalaksuta so kan makatilaw pagsuti awilaw pagsuti katilaw pagsuti maitulaw mata katin nahakalo pagkalaw sudiklo itlok jar mi itlok alam itluni itlok jar mi takulaw himanata tapani inna ko khawdak tunga tapani no nainak mi Makuktu lunga huli imakasuti fuati luni tamani nalia nikia takoti jawlak tunga uitari akhalagamago uitari akhalagamago tenalu uiginia uigilak niak tarin naktara nulia kakti luta kulakku Huna vanuliaq minit matrumninun saaqtaaqsimallauqnerluni. Tamaq miinuungittu. Tappaangequtipti innulianga upingaanginna inuuyugneemat. Tamanna upingaa qaulaulorluni ukiulakti lugu unagu uiksartaarinayaq.
When they got moved back up to Gary Lake, she was still just a child, and as she was, they spent a few years up in Gary Lake.
Yeah.
When she was about 12 or
Is Gary Lake very big, or this is the area where they're on the land?
Yeah, where
Gary Lake, you're on the land.
Yes.
Okay, and you're moving around. Okay.
There would be some people coming and going,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
that's where she spent most of her childhood, up in Gary Lake. And when she was about 12 or 13-year-old, her parents told her that this is going to be your husband.
Oh.
And the man that was chosen for her was already married with another lady and had 2 children with that lady.
Oh.
But then their 2 children, they were both stillborn.
Oh.
And within the following spring, the man's first wife suddenly passed away.
Okay.
Spring passed, summer passed, and then during the fall they told her that this man is going to be your husband, and she wasn't quite too thrilled or somewhat excited about that.
I heard that was a bit hard.
Yeah.
For some people.
Yeah.
So she had to marry this man?
Uitaagiaqalilortun.
Uitaaqiqujaupman. Uppernikkut ammalu angayoqqaama oqqaasingitigut. Oqlu ajigiingittuun. Uppernikkut oqaatijauhimayunga malaqatigingitamni uitaaqtailulanga. Angu'mik piqataqartailitsaaqulaulortunga upperniup. Tamatumanalaagut. Amma taakkua huuqlu tammarxailerluti uamnik pitsiaqahuktitunga. Aakkagula tammarxiingittugali naklinnermitiguttao. Atortuugaluit oqaatijauleqamma umminga uiksartaaqayaqammaartauleqamma. Isumalorximalunga. Tammarniartaaluuleqamma. Piujaayimniartunga hukkunnialertunga qai tuunnermiutaunialertunga isumalluaq.
There was a lot going through her mind when she was told that she was asked to be married to this man. It was by tradition, and it was by religion that she was being given to this man.
This was the Inuit religion, right?
I believe so.
I
Yeah.
think so.
But then they needed a husband and a wife to survive.
Ikpikikatakulattu ayoknaqtualuulaaqsimammat teipsiman.
Ila ayoqnartualu makkuktuulni isumarsorna ayoqnammariloortoq. Angayoqqaanaalagumallugit tuhaqtitaaqattalaaru angayoqqaatinaalatsaarlugit uvani taqataani tammarnartumma atortailullutit huorlu uuktoraut naleqqariig uvaluni uvingayoq huorlu tema ataatoqqornalertu uvlumimuun.
It was kind of like a slinky. You
Wow, in what sense?
Balancing out.
Oh, balancing.
Yes. Yeah.
Nayoqtatoqarilersugu aujaulooqsuni ukiungulooqsuni aujakkanni'ma qaarluni upingakkannili'mat katititaugia qalerattaguo itlortuakuluk muhorlu iteriulitainnartuuleriq lumataimu itlortuakulitainnahiuqartuarmittoq teikani katititauga.
It was maybe 2 or 3 years after they were together. They had to get married, and this was way up in Gary Lake.
Yeah.
And she thinks that was their very first time she ever went into a building that wasn't an igloo.
Oh.
Katititauga malikihannutarartaalitainnaq.
She finally started having children after she got married, not before.
How many years were you married?
Kasinigo ukyuni katitauhimalaq.
Siptini ukyuni katimalortu iuya.
About 50 years or
50.
over 50 years.
Tainna uigilortaranu taqalioqatigilarakku suuttiina quyalihinnallaq.
She was blessed for being given to Thomas, and she was blessed to have 13 children with him.
Yes, 13 beautiful children.
Yeah.
Yes, and I understand that 5 of those children are deaf. And how does she feel about the deafness in her family? Does it make a difference? Or
Can we give you Ritakakaluni Okayutuni Hitamani Tantimani Kano Yakangin Yakapa Okadahokuni Okaduhituni.
Digittimeartakkagalakisani isumagaqattartakka ila nikkunak ligidluumeqattartakka tuhaangittut oqaasiugalaaruни pittiqlaartauluni pittiangitauniaqalaaruni qauditiaangi matakuuna uummatigehequmaqat.
She kind of cares for them all in the same way, but for the deaf ones, she feels more for them because somebody back there is talking about them, and they don't know what they're talking about behind their back because they can't hear, and that what breaks her heart. She treats her kids all the same way, but she feels more for the deaf ones. Their 5th child was adopted to her adopted father, which was Selena.
Oh. And was Selena deaf or hearing?
She was
She was deaf too.
Oh,
Toqimmatallimaninutaqartaaloortunga Luisa, Selina, Filipi, Jamare, tuqaalaunuttuta.
She's got 5 children that are deaf.
Very interesting. And how many children?
Luisa, Selena, Philip, J.M. and John.
Yes.
They're the 5 that are deaf.
Yes, I know 4. Just Selena.
Hitamanigo Hayamayak to
Tuqaitallimanga inuiunila.
the 5th one's passed away.
Oh, I'm very sorry. Very sorry. So when her, did she know Luisa was deaf right away when she was born?
Kay lakin na lapit o kayo itulak Luisa inulak tilu.
Kano kaiwan lakin naktukalakhimakungit kaniniyaninganingutako. Kayo malawmittuga inuhaktilugo. Kapsit Tattikapsikkia kaulimalaumitara. Tuhangit mga, tuha mga kaulimalaumitara.
Nobody knows as soon as the child is born if they're deaf or not. It wasn't weeks. It was maybe a few months after that she found out that she could have been deaf.
Luisa told me that she went away to school.
Iliniagailaqsumayaqo Luisa auttarsuni.
Anniangaarluni aullalaarsumaliulawini piimmu. Isaqattaqtukuluularsuna qaluinngitsaalaarsumalu talingi ikluktu. Tamana tuaqaningani ukiarriigarta ukiummat kimukki ahianu aulaarpalaumi mata. Anooriñaartumi ikajoriarniarlunga anitlunga mianerisauluni lumi apukmi. Mianerisauma qotiginagu taanna uiga ikajoriarlugu mina anuoqataugiarlunearu. Dila unnukka ma qanuilaumittoq hiligiarta qanuilaumittoq tupakkapta ujjerilertara imatneilinga talingi imatneimati ujjerilerta takunga pakinigiaralaaki ihiwingitaina aulajengit. Aku ilakka uiga oqautilerlugu kuyukiaruna ippaksaqanuilaumikkala mahuyukiaru talingi ihiwinnerajortu taimatnailulerlugu isumaksaqqiaruluulelaorluta qanuinniarmangaartaa aanniaqumullikiaqavigiartitautillugu tila aanniaqummat qooqeqimukki Anniaqviliaqatta qaulihartaugami taimatni hoqohinngipmati qohingitainnermani talingi qautilaullersunga aullaqiaqarniarmaku makumni ukioqqariartikuluulattikluguoqqo taimatnaililaqqama lukaqaqqaaraliuliulu.
She was actually set up because of her arms. That day prior, both her arms were normal, just like ours, right? She went to go and help her husband harness the dogs.
Yeah.
There was somebody taking care of Luisa, so she thought nothing of it. She went to go and help Thomas harness up the dogs.
Yeah.
And then that same night or that following morning, they noticed that she was curled up, or she had her arms curled up like that. They tried opening her arms up, but they couldn't move. So they were not too far from Baker Lake.
Yeah.
It was during the fall time.
During what?
During the fall.
During the fall.
time, waiting for the winter
Yeah.
months. So they, from where they were, they traveled to Baker Lake by dog team to go see a nurse, and that's when they told them that Luisa had to go out for treatment. Like this was in Winnipeg.
Tema oqarama aullaqtitaulaorluma aanniarluni. Inniariarluni umittuala aanniarluni aullaqtitaugami. Nukiuluktaa taikanitluni uvaniilertikluta tikilitainnalaorlima.
When Luisa got sent out, she was out for at least a year. and this was before she went to school.
Yeah.
And when they moved here to Lincoln, that's when they sent Luisa back here. And this was before she went to school.
Oh.
At that time, she went out for treatment for her arms,
Oh, okay.
and she was gone for maybe more than a year. Yeah, before she went to school.
And so where was Luisa born?
Nani inulok si Mabel Luis.
Tapani hanning ayo na maktawag tutapok sa mailakaw siya ni wala kumi. Amit tumi ako nakakilitay na ko na ilok to inubidok ta. Ukyuk.
There's a place called Gary Lake, northwest of Baker Lake, but somewhere along the river, and that river is quite large.
Yeah.
And they call that the back river.
Oh.
Back river. Yeah. It's attached to Gary Lake, somewhere along that area there.
So sort of on the land?
Yeah, just out on the land.
Just out on the land, not in a hospital? In the winter?
In the winter. No hospitals. No.
Mas siguro nito aktas ni mga itlog ni apo mi. Anya ko
She's given birth to 2 children where there's no doctors, just in igloos.
Just in igloos? Is that scary? Or is...
Kapya na lang pa.
Pit ko hirap tiyo kapyan.
It's in their culture, so at that time they
It
were
was normal.
scared.
It was
normal
regular
within this, yeah,
just
yeah.
to do it that way. It was with the family and comfortable. Inuit Sign Language is like it's a local language.
Yeah.
It's very important. You know, I know there's a mixing of the ASL, the English sign, but up here it's different. It's all influenced by Inuit Sign Language, ISL, which is like Iwu, and Philip is very good in this. And I met a couple of elder men, hearing men from Molly's family yesterday who were Iwu's friends, who were very good in it. So it's still continuing, part of the tradition of the Inuit language through the Inuit Sign Language, not just the spoken. So.
Ami harum na kauye himalaptop. Okalugun nak mata. Kanya sinak mo telukta kalumet. Okaluna okaloy kataw miak tulo katak mata go luiset kunni Pilipit kunni. Kuya tok ami harum ni okalagun nak mata. Takut dengan hidup tu dah semaya ni kemat. Takut atau tak tinggal kau pilih.
Iya. Ilitibyo mata. Ilitibyo wala mata. Kaya lihin na lilaw niyo wali. Kung nga ato kong nangikalaw si makukuni nagsukal lang at akong mata kuya tumatak.
Yeah, she's very happy about that too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Good. Well, thank you very much again, Kuya Nami. Thank you so much. Thank you for sharing with me.